Good morning.
Hi, Chanel.
Hi, how are you?
I know we're recording, but I just wanted to say good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Morning, Mia.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Kimra.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Lorraine.
Hi.
Thank you all for being here.
Hi, everyone. It's time to begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's second annual Bahamas Trade Mission, Island Hopping and Home Shopping in the Bahamas. My name is Donna Guido, and it's my second year as local ambassador liaison to the Bahamas, working with a wonderful group of passionate individuals presenting this event. I've been a licensed Florida Realtor at the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association for over 20 years, listing and selling properties in Lee and Northern Collier counties. Throughout the years, I volunteered in leadership and served on committees at my local, state, and the National Association of Realtors levels. In 2018, my title was president of the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association. That was the year that RPCRA became the National Association of Realtors Ambassador Association to the Bahamas. The Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association Global Council and I started to build a relationship with the Bahamas and promoted the benefits of international membership of the National Association of Realtors to the Bahamian real estate members and assisted the Bahamas Real Estate Association in helping to promote business in the Bahamas with both commercial and residential real estate. I enjoy working together with the National Association of Realtors Global Leadership representatives and the Florida Global Leadership and the Bahamas Real Estate Association President, Christine Wallace-Whitfield, and her members in building a friendship and global business relationship. I would like to express my gratitude to all who generously helped make this event come together smoothly. Christine Wallace-Whitfield, Kim Kikavarakis-Dillette, Paul Romulus, and David McCoy, all of whom will be introduced during this event. And a special thank you to June Fife of BRIA and Beata Jones of RPCRA for their help and assistance with this trade mission. I'd also like to thank our audience for attending this event. We have an education session this afternoon exclusively for you, the hottest markets around the world for a secondary residency, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And our presenter will be Carla Raymond Kidd. I'm certain we will all enjoy today's program. Before we get started, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping items with you. You will have the opportunity to submit questions today to the presenters by typing your questions into the Q&A box. If you enter your question in the chat, it might be missed. Please use the Q&A box. You may send in your questions at any time during the presentation to the Q&A. We will collect all of these and address them during the Q&A session at the end of today's presentation. At this time, I'd like to begin the program with Kim Kikavarakis-Dillette, a director at the Bahamas Real Estate Association, and Robin McKeever, the president of the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association, for the pledges to the flags, starting with Kim.
Thank you, Donna. I pledge my one people united in love and service.
Robin?
Good morning, and thank you, Donna, and thank you, Christine. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you, Robin. Without further ado, let me introduce Paul Romulus, our first presenter. Paul is a Miami-raised and world-traveled global enthusiast. She's owned, managed, and invested in real estate both in the United States and the Dominican Republic for over 20 years. She speaks Spanish, English, Haitian Creole, and French. She has a bachelor's degree in international relations and an associate's degree in paralegal studies. She is also a wife, mother of 4, and a new grandmother. Mrs. Romulus is currently serving as the 2021 National Association of Realtors Global Ambassador for the Bahamas, Bermuda, Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. She is a 2021 president-elect for the Women's Council of Realtors Orlando Regional and the incoming 2022 president. She also holds prevalent positions in 6 other organizations, including Florida Realtors 2021 Global Business Council Committee member, Resort and Second Home Special Breakout Group member, and Legislative and Regulatory Business Issues Breakout Group member. Paul has received many awards and honors, and she regularly volunteers in various organizations. Paul has earned 14 designations and certifications, which include Certified International Property Specialist, Graduate Realtor Institute, Performance Management Network, Senior Real Estate Specialist, and the Dubai International Property Consultant. Please join me in welcoming NAR Global Ambassador, Paul Romulus.
Hi, thank you very much, Donna, for the warm introduction. And thank you to all the panelists and attendees for participating in the second Bahamas Trade Mission. I was asked to speak about the NAR and the Global Ambassador Program and my role as an ambassador. But before I start, I'd like to tell you a little story how my career started as a realtor. My family and I, we have been investing and being a landlord and managing real estate for a while. And then when I moved to Orlando, Florida, I'm originally from Miami, I say, what am I gonna do as a career? So I decided, what do I know best? Being real estate. So I say, let me become a realtor. That way I could make friends and have something to do, have a hobby. Needless to say, when I went to my first orientation, new member orientation, they were having a class right after that for an international global class. And Priscilla from Aura approached me and say, would you like to attend the class? I say, sure. She say, well, it's free if you become a global member. I say, okay. So I became a global member that day. That same day, I met a global ambassador who was speaking about the program. She informed me that the NAR is America's largest trade mission and has 1.5 million real estate professionals and growing, that these professionals subscribe to a strict code of ethics. That being a realtor, she commended me for being a realtor because I will be dealing with professionals that become more professional myself. And I asked her about the NAR Global Ambassador Program and how did she become a global ambassador. She explained to me the purpose of it. She said that the purpose of the NAR Global Ambassador Program is to help grow your international business with bilateral agreement with an association in a country like the Bahamas Real Estate Association, an association in the US, such as the Royal Palm Coast Association, and NAR. Then after that, she said that they appoint a global ambassador by the president of NAR to serve as his or her ambassador and help maintain NAR relationship with its bilateral partners. in these countries. So that's how I get to meet a lot of great people like Donna and others, like other countries. Being an NA ambassador, I've had the privilege to meet the president of the Association of Agentes Empresas Inmobiliarias, Alberto Bogart, Belkey Cuello, Olga Gomez, also from the North Central Jersey Association. There's so many of them. The president, Donna Hughes, from the Jamaica Real Estate Association. It has been a really wonderful journey. And she explained to me also how they select those ambassadors, that they have to be generally CIPS designees, ideally have some knowledge of the real estate practice and culture. And I do have some knowledge of the Dominican real estate culture because I was raised there. And I do business there, and also the languages, and I speak those languages. And she also informed me that NAR is also very diverse and inclusive. It fully embraces perspectives from all walks of life, and that was wonderful. I say, sign me up. Where do I sign up? And then I never thought I would make it, because I was in my by the time I applied, I was in my second year as a realtor, and I applied and I got accepted, and that has been the best. It has grown my business. I'm very appreciative of that. And for now, I'm gonna introduce, to tell you more about the Bahamas and our trade mission, I'm gonna introduce the president of the Bahamas Real Estate Association, Christine Wallace. Christine is a native of the beautiful islands of the Bahamas and was born in Nassau. After graduating with a bachelor's degree in commercial art with a minor in photography, her education has come very handy, being a real estate field, her savvy social media skills and marketing. Christine began her career in real estate in 1997, becoming a broker in 2002, and just recently celebrated 6 years with Island Living in Real Estate. In 2000, she obtained her Certified Residential Specialist designation from the National Association of Realtors. After a few years in Grand Bahamas, she spent 3 years in the Exumas, then relocated back to Nassau in 2012 after a short stay in Freeport. She became a member of the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing in 2018 and a Certified International Property Specialist in 2019, along with becoming an international realtor member with NAR. She believes in keeping herself educated and up to date with the current real estate market, both locally and internationally. Christine is a member of the Bahamas Real Estate Association and has served as president of Grand Bahama chapter for BRE for 2 years, from 2010 to 2012, and currently serves as the national president of the Bahamas Real Estate Association from 2017 and current. She and her husband have 2 children, both attending university. Christine only offers her customers and clients the highest level of service with her 23 years of real estate experience. Please help me welcome the wonderful president of BRE, Christine Wallace Whitfield.
Thank you, Paulie, for that warm welcome and introduction. For more than 50 years, licensed agents and brokers of the Bahamas Real Estate Association have been the trusted source of information for all real estate, providing responsible guidance in the vast range of property transactions, from a first home purchase to a fantasy-like private island. The Bahamas Real Estate Association is about overseeing the industry to protect our land, and as we are the regulators, we help to police, maintain, and assist the public in all real estate matters. REIA agents and brokers assist locals and residents in every price range and warmly welcome those from abroad who desire to make the Bahamas a part of their dream. We are a small but mighty nation with roughly 390,000 people, and we remain strong and united, making sure to keep our standards on par or above board ethically and professionally. As stated in the pledge, one people united in love and service. REIA recognizes the value that others bring into our country and acknowledges the role of non-Bahamians who have global contacts. These contacts, like yourselves, are so important and help our industry to grow. We rely on referrals and our neighboring associations to guide us along our real estate journey. We thrive on hospitality here in the Bahamas, which speaks volumes for our tourism sector, which is our main industry for our country, and all of this complements each other. Our extensive multiple listing service, which has recently been upgraded to a better and greater platform to bring our level of quality and standards up to par internationally. And we are excited for the new avenues it is bringing to enhance our real estate industry professionally. Since making the switch to this new platform at the start of 2021, we feel that it has already enhanced the quality of our industry by promoting a better product through the web and internet. The new MLS platform now affords better displays, being beautiful 3D videos and walkthroughs of exclusive properties each agent produces and uploads. As the world is now more virtual and becoming the norm, licensed real estate agents and realtors are moving towards this and becoming more innovative and creative to help satisfy and please their customer and client. Therefore, we must ensure that we keep engaged globally, being up to date internationally with all of the market trends. Members of BREA have learned rigorous coursework, passed exams, met due diligence standards, and adhere to a strict code of conduct. Many hold higher certifications in the luxury market awarded to less than 5% of agents worldwide. BREA licensed members are qualified and professional, having passed the same or similar courses and exams as some of the US-based National Association of Realtors, NAR. BREA has a bilateral agreement with the NAR, and BREA members adhere to a strict code of ethics and standards of practice. Many hold certifications recognized throughout the world, including the Certified Residential Specialist, CRS, and CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist designations, amongst a few. As BREA offers their educational programs working together with NAR, we do not stop our members from furthering their designations internationally to help promote and enhance their careers personally and professionally in the real estate industry. Online searches blaze with enticing photos and inviting, tempting views and offers. But beyond the initial search, it takes an experienced agent or broker to make sure the dream and reality match. BREA agents make it their business to understand market trends and to know every neighborhood. Being a real estate professional takes a lot of hard work. We research, we make calls, we email, we set up appointments with customers and clients to ensure they are satisfied with the service to get a satisfactory end result. Real estate is indeed a service industry, and it is crucial that we stay in touch. BREA is committed and dedicated, along with our international partners, to keep our industry and members on a professional and ethical platform at all times. As the world is based on social media, we must remain true to ourselves and stay honest so that we remain transparent to our customers and foreign buyers looking to buy their dream property or relocate. BREA continues to work along with the Bahamas government to make sure that all laws are recognized and adhered to so that the buying and selling process is a smooth one. As we welcome our international buyers to our shores, we are delighted and proud of the many BREA licensed brokerage firms that continue to portray and display their amazing product globally. Coming up are two of many unique videos that are portrayed throughout the international market. The first one with Berkshire Hathaway, LX Bahamas, showcasing Ocean Club on the beautiful Paradise Island, and the second video with Coldwell Banker Lightbone Realty, showcasing from Harbor Island, Eleuthera. So sit back and enjoy the short videos. Thank you.
Worked hard to build your success, and you deserve the best. I'm Troy Johnson at LX Bahamas Luxury Realty Group. I'm here today at this prime double lot beachfront home site here in Ocean Club Estates. This could be your view from your dream home. The phrase ocean paradise perfectly describes these two prime properties located at one of the Bahamas' premier destinations, Ocean Club Estates and the magnificent Paradise Island. With close proximity to some of the island's best restaurants, pristine beaches, the renowned Tom Weiskopf designed 18-hole golf course, and the Atlantis Resort and Casino, luxury is not only in your backyard, but surrounding you at every turn. The owner of this estate property will take up residence next to some of the top A-listers from around the world. It's a slice of luxury, rooted in paradise and surrounded by stuff dreams are made of. The Ocean Club Marina is just a 1-minute golf cart ride away and can accommodate yachts up to 150 feet. The marina creates the perfect launching point to discover the best the Bahamas has to offer. The marina is located just minutes from Rose Island and some of the best uninhabited beaches, islands, and coves in the Bahamas. Ownership in Ocean Club Estates automatically comes with a lifetime membership to the Atlantis and Four Seasons Resort, where guests have full access to all the amenities. These resorts offer something for the whole family, from adult-only pools to children-themed pools, burger shacks to 5-star celebrity chef restaurants, a world-class casino, and the Atlantis Aquarium and Water Park. I guarantee you that you and your family will never have a dull moment in this island paradise. These two lots are the last two double beachfront lots available in Ocean Club Estates. So don't wait. Turn this parcel into your dream home before someone else seizes this opportunity of a lifetime.
Thank you so much for those two wonderful videos with those beautiful showcasing of those beautiful properties. It is my pleasure now to introduce one of the directors and our international chair on the BRIA board, Mrs. Kim Kiki Varakis Dillett. Kim Kiki Varakis Dillett is the chairman of the International Relations Committee and also a director on the board of BRIA. She's a real estate broker, an appraiser, and a certified public accountant. She heads up her own sales brokerage company, and her appraisal valuations are recognized by all of our major loaning institutions. She's a proud international NAR member, and Kim has worked for several years in New York City, USA, in the real estate accounting business, and is now one of our real estate experts in the Bahamas. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Kim Kiki Varakis Dillett.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And welcome to everybody who is on this call right now. Welcome, welcome. I see in the chat Canada, Florida, Portugal, DR, California, Bahamas. We are so happy to have you guys. You are in for a treat this Friday morning. First of all, we would like to start by inviting you to take a trip with us to Freeport to meet our BRIA agent, Alex Thompson, as she takes us to the Tony Macaroni experience to teach us how to really make the best conch salad.
Hey guys, this is Alex from Island Living Real Estate. We hope you are enjoying this new virtual trade mission that's happening right now. But we wanted to talk to you about the iconic Tony Macaroni conch experience right here out by Tano Beach, one of our favorite places. If you've never had conch or any type of conch meal made by this guy, you've not had conch. Let's go and take a look. He's gonna show us how we can make an absolutely delicious conch salad, which is a Bahamian favorite. All right, Tony.
Fresh live conch.
Fresh live conch, guys.
We're gonna scorch this, tenderize it.
He says scorch it and tenderize it. So scorching it is
Scorching
where?
is tenderizing it.
Is
Yes,
tenderizing
yes.
it, okay.
The muscle of the conch is very intense and very firm. So if you're not tenderizing it, it's gonna be hard to chew through.
Guys, look at that. Okay, I can't lie to you. I love me some conch, and I'm about ready to mince off it. Only because we're doing this for you guys, I am not gonna touch that. Oh, wait, guys, wait, guys, wait.
Too big it is.
Okay. I'm not supposed to be chewing too loud.
Conch has a very unique taste. People who have never had conch, I explained to them conch is the most unique flavor in the world. If you first put it into your mouth, it's salty. As you chew, it gets sweet, and then it gets nutty. So conch has a very sweet, nutty, salty taste. Add some onions, some peppers, and lime juice to that, you have the perfect conch salad.
The perfect conch salad.
This is the old-fashioned way of making conch salad now. I'm immersing the conch as we tenderize it and dice it into salt water. Not only is it going to keep the conch fresh, but it also removes the slime from the conch. That's what we want to get rid of, the slime.
Ah, okay. So that's one of the keys, guys. You gotta scorch the conch, which is the tenderizing, and you have to put it in salt water.
Seawater.
Seawater. Oh, not just
Preferably,
salt
yes.
water, preferably
Yeah.
seawater.
Yeah.
And you know what? He can do this with ease because, like I tell y'all, he is sitting on the beach. We're gonna take a quick peek back out at the ocean so you can see how he gets access to everything right here. Take a look at this, guys. Isn't that just amazing? Tano Beach is beautiful.
We're continuing to cut up the conch. We've got that all done. We're going to look down in here into the bowl. See all that froth? That's slime. You want to get rid of that because if you put the slime in your conch salad, it's going to have a very palatable, unbearably bad taste.
All right.
The key to a good, perfect conch salad is to get rid of the slime. Look at that. That's all slime. That goes out.
Ah, okay. All right, here we go. So we get rid of all the froth, all the slime, and make the conch good tasting.
Yes. Like I said, this is my secret ingredient to making good conch salad.
Secret ingredient, and
No
you
slime.
guys get this.
No slime whatsoever in that. Now we're going to add the onion. Now most people who make conch salad, they put onions, they put sweet pepper, they put celery, they put all kind of foolishness in the conch salad. Conch is only good with two ingredients.
Two
onions
ingredients.
perfect tomato.
Perfect tomato, guys. See, he didn't just say tomato. He said onions and the perfect tomato.
You don't want soft tomatoes. A perfect tomato is one that's firm, has the color, and is crunchy at the same time. The worst thing in the world is to have a salty, slimy, blah, 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 process. It's just not nice. The tomatoes, if it's not firm, it's not going to be perfect.
Okay, so y'all realize he's actually hand picking all of his tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this, guys. Oh, okay. I'm already hungry, y'all. I'm already hungry for this. But y'all see the size of this knife? And do you see how quickly he's chopping up that onions? Okay, so this is why he gives you the total conch experience out here on Grand Bahama. Have you guys ever been to TripAdvisor? Do you not know he's got 5 stars? He is a must-see. He is iconic to Grand Bahama, and he is ours. Now, I'm a little biased. I told y'all, when my clients come down here, and they're like, okay, we want the real estate agent to take us somewhere great, this is where I take them. That's right. That's what I do. Guys, look at this. Get a little close up in here. Oh, that looks like a really good tomato.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There he goes at it. Yep. After that, you know, you guys may not be able to hear it, but I can hear how nice and firm the tomato is. I want to put my hand there too, guys, but we'll wait. Let's just back out and take a look at it. Oh, there we go. Okay, y'all. Y'all can't watch this, but I'm yumming. Oh my goodness.
Last ingredient is your lime. People say lemon juice is better, but lime and conch salad is perfect. Lime is too bland. Lemon is too bland, sorry. Lime is perfect, and it's what looks like the perfect way to describe lime is tart.
Lime is tart.
Yeah, that's
Look
what you
at
want.
that. Who needs a lemon squeezer and you've got hands like this? I'm telling you, you can tell this is a man that's been doing this for a long time. So he has it. He do this with his eyes closed.
On Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays with his eyes closed, y'all. Only on Tuesdays. So we've gotten a beautiful tomato. We've gotten a nice full onion. We've got 2 plump, lush conchs put in there. And I want y'all to know that conch was absolutely delicious. And that was 2 or 3 limes we put in there. I'm telling you, he's got it down pat. He knows what he's doing. Look at this. I love this place, y'all. Now we're mixing.
Can't beat that. Look at that.
Look at that, guys. We're gonna go in for a close-up. Go in for a close-up. There we go. I'm telling you, it is so good. Y'all can't see, but my mouth is watering. I'm telling you, watering right now. So Tony, tell us a little bit about why you're still here through all of this pandemic when things are still a little slower. This is Grand Bahama. Tell us how you feel about it.
Only one word.
What's that?
God.
God. That's it, y'all. That's what he said. It's God. It's kept him here and keeps him here. And Tony, now we know that your business was established in 1992, but how long have you been doing this?
I've been cooking basically all my life.
Cooking all your life. Ah.
My mother made me go in the kitchen so I could peel up onion.
Y'all, from he could peel an onion.
The best thing about a perfect conch salad other than the ingredients is clean.
Clean. Y'all see that? Clean.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Cleanliness is next to godliness yours. That's what Tony Macaroni. I want y'all to know, I stress iconic because he is iconic, okay, to Grand Bahama. If you've never been to the Tony Macaroni's conch experience, you've never had conch salad the Grand Bahama way. That's it. I'm telling you, it's #1 on my list. Oh, what's that? That's hot sauce. Oh, Tony, what's that?
No. This is fire sauce.
Oh, y'all, it's not hot sauce. It's fire sauce. Hey, y'all, look who's that made. Tony Macaroni's world famous gourmet fire sauce. Well, who you think is going to put that on their salad? Really?
One drop at a time is all you need.
1 drop at a time. So, hold on. Did you put anything else in there? No black pepper, no garlic?
Nothing. That is a pure conch salad. You want pepper in it, you add it yourself. You want salt in it, you add it yourself. You want sweet peppers, bring them from the food salad cut up, but they ain't staying here.
Y'all heard that. It cannot stay here. this is it. Okay, we got to try this now. I'm going to let y'all know. You guys are in for a treat. You're at this virtual trade mission, and I know you're having a good time, but we are having the best time here at the Tony Macaroni Iconic Conch Experience, and I'm going to let you know just how good it is.
Wow, thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much, Tony Macaroni. And it's so nice to see in the chat how many people are familiar with conch salad and conch fritters, so that's amazing. I now have the awesome pleasure of welcoming Mia Weech Lang, the Executive Director of Global Communication for the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism. Mia leads the Global Communications team at the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism. She is responsible for the overall management of the Bahamas' brand and the development of strategic communications and advertising plans that address the Ministry of Tourism's business needs. She has worked for the various ministries in Nassau, UK, France, Germany, New York, and Florida in various roles throughout her career. Mia has a well-rounded understanding of the tourism industry and the business of tourism through her posts in product development, special events, weddings and honeymoons, public relations, sales and marketing, cruise development, advertising and branding, and now global communications. She has a BA degree in mass communications with specialization in public relations and an MBA with a specialization in marketing. It is truly our pleasure to have Ms. Mia Weech Lang.
Everybody, thank you so much, Kim, for that introduction. And it's such a pleasure to have this opportunity to talk to you about Brand Bahamas. So I'm just going to share my screen. Kim, I'm just having a technical difficulty. Maybe you could go to the next person and then come right back to me. I'm so sorry about this.
No problem at all. We always
Okay.
have ready.
I know, right?
So Christine, we're heading to you for your vacation properties and to tell us a little bit about Airbnbs in the Bahamas.
All right, thank you, Kim. All right, so, all right, well, I think we've got to play the video. Beata, are you ready? Just a moment. Thank you, Beata. As you can see, the video depicts the Bahamas being a unique destination. It is a quick visual insight into what there is offered to those looking for their paradise here in the Bahamas. One of the Bahamas' key attractions is its tax-friendly environment. The Bahamas does not levy taxes on capital gains, corporate earnings, personal income, sales, inheritance, or dividends. The Bahamas government is committed to a no income tax policy. Residential owners or persons who have invested into the Bahamas with a value at $750,000 or more may apply for permanent residency, and at 1.5 million or more, owners will receive expedited consideration for permanent residency permits. Applicants must be of good character, show evidence of financial support, and commit in writing they wish to live permanently in the Bahamas. Wives and dependent children under 18 years, usually resident in the household, may be endorsed on the certificate when the original application is made. Annual residency cards are available to homeowners owning Bahamian real estate at any price point and can be renewed annually. The annual residency card allows the permit holder and their family to reside in the Bahamas for the duration of the permit. Annual property tax rates, the first $250,000 on owner-occupied residential property is tax exempt. On the value of owner-occupied properties between $250,000 and $500,000, the rate is 0.75%. On the portion over $500,000, the tax rate is 1% on the market value of the property. But as of 2019, there is a ceiling of $60,000 on an owner-occupied home. Properties in the Bahamas can vary from as little as $5,000, some areas $2,500 to millions and millions. Focusing on waterfront vacant lots in the Bahamas can start at $50,000 on one of the many out islands and offers homes and or condominiums, which can start roughly around $150,000 in the city on New Providence. However, sometimes below price, depending on which island you decide to invest on. Grand Bahama is a large island and one of the closest to the coast of Florida, being roughly 55 miles to and offers excellent infrastructure and is known as a second city, offering amazing prices with condos and homes on the canal and some with excellent ocean views, ranging from around $60,000 for a studio and so on. Properties on the waterfront are the most sought after for a second home buyer and for the Airbnb and vacation home type investments. Our theme today is island hopping. However, we may not have reached the other islands, but take some time and visit the BRIA website and see which agents represent which different islands. Our real estate sector is unique, offering residential properties, homes, condos on the beach, homes and condos on the canal, with waterfront views, ocean views, private islands and keys, and many other unique properties for the second home buyer to choose from. Our beautiful popular islands include New Providence, Paradise Island, Bimini, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, the Exumas, and the Abacos. Yes, we may have gone through tough times on a few of these islands, but they continue to rebuild and push through with the help of their neighbors. All of the major islands offer something unique as well. You may have heard of the swimming pigs in Exuma, just to name a few. Yes, the Exumas, where you can indulge and enjoy sailing through various different keys for fun, fishing and trolling along the way, making a stop to see the swimming pigs and feed them some apples. Thunderball Grotto, the underwater cave, or perhaps dock at Compass Key for a quick swim with the sharks. Pink Sand in Eleuthera, and the Androsia Factory in Andros. We have so much to offer here in the Bahamas. I always say this in my speech, especially with my international audiences. And as astronaut Scott Kelly said many, many years ago, he tweeted to his more than 400,000 followers then, but mainly he was saying this to his daughter. And he said that the Bahamas is the most beautiful place from space. How about wanting total seclusion, a private island? There are properties throughout the Bahamas that can just take your breath away and make you feel like you are in paradise, away from the madness of the world. We take pride and want to make sure that anyone coming to our shores finds their peace in paradise. The Bahamas offers vacation homes second homes, condos, to those wanting to escape the hustle and bustle, the city life, looking to feel the sand between their toes and the wind on their face, and perhaps looking for an investment property to put on rent while back at home in the snow. As we offer property management, this can be a huge asset after purchasing. Purchase a property to accommodate the short-term rental market, which is very sought after real estate market right now. Perhaps purchases by foreigners being sight unseen has increased tremendously, and as stated in newspapers all over, a very hot, fiery market right now. Should you have customers or clients wanting something unique, refer them to a licensed BREEA member and they will gladly assist. Commercial real estate is a big area in the real estate market, as many investors not only want to relax and unwind in their new home, but want to eventually start a business and help contribute into our economy. With many companies growing and expanding, one always needs to locate their business for maximum exposure. As COVID may have crippled some businesses, the real estate sector was lucky in that we were able to sustain due to the international clientele and demand. So the beauty with real estate in the Bahamas is that you can hop in a boat, sail through the Keys, enjoy the scenery while on your way to whichever island you choose to invest on. We know that we are in different times during this pandemic. However, it should not stop you from making one of the best decisions of your life. Depending on your location in the world, remember we are always a boat ride or a plane ride away from your vacation home or dream destination. As a property investor and homeowner, and yes, we always welcome referrals. This is island hopping. We encourage you to This is island hopping, and we encourage you to follow all protocols and stay safe. And remember, the Bahamas is open for business. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. That was awesome. Very informative, very informative. We really appreciate you and for all the things that you do. You are amazing and we love you from the Bahamas team. Mia Weech Lang is ready. So let's go, Mia.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that introduction again, Kim. And I really love that update, Christine. So we have the distinct pleasure at the Ministry of Tourism to market and promote this most amazing destination on the planet that we are so lucky and blessed to call home. And to Christine's point, we now know that every single astronaut that makes it to space cannot help but comment on the beauty of our waters from space. And actually, when Scott Kelly was in orbit, we actually invited him to come to the Bahamas to visit us as soon as he got back on land, and he took us up on his offer, and he met with local students and got to see these beautiful Bahamas blues for himself. So, you know, our focus is making sure that the world knows how awesome and amazing our country is. And to draw inspiration for developing our brand aesthetics for the purpose of marketing the destination, we look no further than our flora, our fauna, of course, our people who are so passionate and spirited, our delicious cuisine, like you saw the conch salad by Tony Macaroni, like people pour their heart and soul into their cooking. Bahamians love to eat, and our food is amazing. But of course, we have competition because there are many destinations throughout the world that offer sun, sand, and sea and think their people are the bomb and their food is amazing. But the Bahamas is truly unique because it is like its own little Caribbean. Our unique selling point and our differentiator is the fact that we have 16 unique destinations. We have 700 islands and keys. And in these COVID times, it's so important to know that people aren't vacationing in crowded spaces. And, the Bahamas is spread over 100,000 square miles. We lie just 50 miles off the coast of Florida, and it offers just an easy flyaway escape that truly transports travelers from their everyday life. We have so much to offer in the Bahamas, from world-class fishing, diving, boating, diverting nature-based activities, cultural and culinary experiences, and thousands of miles of the Earth's most spectacular water and pristine beaches waiting for families, couples, adventurers, second homeowners, first home owners, snowbirds, and of course, tourism developers. So just to give you a little bit of visual, just an inspiration, because that's what we do at the Ministry of Tourism, is we sell the dream. Our job is tough at times, but we have an easy one because we have such a diverse product offering with our chain of islands. And so Christine had touched on Nassau. You know, this is our capital. It's the hub, if you like, gambling or golfing, shopping, duty free, all of the high-end brands. Our art scene is booming there. We have lots of, events that are slowly returning. Nassau is the perfect spot for you. And of course, Grand Bahama, the home of Tony Macaroni, is an ecological wonder. And it has so many natural resources. It is so vast. You can go on a beach and it's just you and your family and your loved ones. You can't just go to one island in the Bahamas. You need to put all 16 on your bucket list and make sure you check each one of them off, because they are all so different. And of course, the world famous Exumas, you can't beat it. The swimming pigs have made the Exumas world famous, but also these beautiful waters. Long Island is another gem. And, we have, again, this most amazing blue hole there. It is just the perfect place, our destination, to just unwind and explore and, just make sure you island hop. So we hope that these photos will entice you. I know we have people from all over the world on this web chat this morning. And so we hope that we're just inspiring you. So the way we approach promoting the Bahamas is really good old storytelling, told actually by Bahamians. We have an award-winning content marketing strategy, and we've told stories of things to do and see in the destination. And we hope that when you buy your second home or your first home, or you're looking for a property to develop, you think of the Bahamas holistically. People are interested in actually making connections with people. They're looking for just deeper and richer cultural experiences. So this is how we actually promote the story. This is how we actually promote the islands of the Bahamas, through telling stories. Our People to People program is one that's very special. If you haven't heard of it, it is, amazing, okay? Bahamians open up their hearts and homes to visitors to come in and cook a meal with them, to go to church with them, to go to government house and actually have a tea party. This program is really powered by just a lot of Bahamian ambassadors. It's a Ministry of Tourism program. And if you haven't checked it out, it is a must-do. Things like, our Androsia handmade batik factory that is in Andros is also something that's super special that you need to that you have to check out. We've told stories about downtown Nassau that's so much more than just a high street. It's a place where straw vendors and artists actually pour their heart and soul into their creations and make a great living for their family. If you don't know, we love our Junkanoo, which is our national celebration. And it is a labor of love for people who, pre-pandemic would spend months going into small shacks located around the islands and actually come up with themes that are kept top secret because it's very, very competitive. And they just create these most amazing costumes, and it's truly a work of art. And when they hit the street and that drum beat hits your soul, you get us. So if you haven't checked out Junkanoo, I'm not sure if it's happening this year, but when it does, you must. And of course, our cuisine, we have fish fries throughout many of our islands. That's where you can really get the down-home cuisine, from the conch salad, conch fritters, snapper, peas and rice. So we have a perfect balance between super bougie 5-star dining, and then you got the down-home fun dining as well. And island hopping, I mean, endless stories, okay, that we are just beginning to touch. And so we have amazing, amazing content on all of the islands. And we've been engaged with Lenny Kravitz. For those of you who don't know, he's a global superstar, and he comes with a following of over 60 million followers on social media. And so we used him for our very successful campaign, which was Fly Away, and it launched in 2019. And that's the year that we actually broke our tourism records with over 7.5 million visitors. And then came the pandemic. Talk about a crushing blow. So I'm just going to give you a sneak peek into our updated brand spot that is going to be launched very soon on TV stations around the world. I hope you all were able to hear the audio. So to check out all of our cultural experiences and our content stories, and to get inspired, please visit bahamas.com/experiences. And it's actually the perfect resource for real estate agents as well, who are looking to help clients understand what the differences between each of our islands. So it's a great, absolute great resource. So you must check it out. So, we know that the Bahamas is beautiful and amazing, but throughout the pandemic, our government put the health and safety of Bahamians, residents, and visitors first. Okay, so our safety protocols are of the utmost importance to us. We have a health and safety certification program. It's called Clean and Pristine Certified. And it lets your clients and it lets visitors know that properties are adhering to the Bahamas's government-approved guidelines, which reflect the recommendations of the CDC. And through the Tourism Development Corp, the Bahamas was able to get approval to use the Safe Travel stamp. And so it's important for visitors to know that we're doing everything that we can to keep them absolutely safe while they're in our hands in our destination. So for those of you who don't know, as the COVID landscape changes, we update our travel protocols based on the government's decisions. So a great resource for everybody is also bahamas.com/travel updates, where we update information about our protocols on literally just on a weekly basis. So it features what to do pre-departure and arrival, what our travel protocols are, what the on-island experience is safety-wise, what happens if you're vaccinated, unvaccinated, what happens if you're a cruise passenger, what to do, what happens if you fail to follow our protocols, which we are strictly adhered to. We have an interactive island guide, which is excellent because it shows you like if there are curfews or any restrictions. And of course, we list all of the clean and pristine certified places to stay and any new updates on our protocols can be found right there. So this is also an interesting program that I think that everybody, who's listening in might find useful. And it is the Bahamas's BEATS program. And basically, it is your gateway to actually come to the Bahamas for an extended stay for up to a year to work remotely in paradise, in your shorts, on the beach, or to study remotely. And this program was developed by the Economic Recovery Committee, as well as the Ministry of Finance. And it was also very important for students looking to study remotely to make studying in the Bahamas super easy and seamless through the use of the University of Bahamas, where they have access to counselors, tech support, the library databases. And so we make it super duper easy for you to come and access this. It only takes 5 days to process. And yeah, so please check it out at bahamasbeats.com. We have some exciting things happening with Airlift. It's a very important mandate of the Ministry of Tourism and many of our industry partners to make sure that we have airlift coming in to the destination. And so as of August 29th, December 21 shows nonstop service from 43 airline market combinations, up 6 markets from December 29. You guys, that is amazing news. Okay, that was the year that we had our historic highs before COVID hit. So we are absolutely heading in the right direction. We have a really amazing state-of-the-art cruise port that's being built, and it is going to blow everybody away. And, it's really going to be just a gateway to our historic, vibrant city of Nassau. And the port is a serious economic hub for the destination, and it's going to be transformed into a virtual masterpiece that will convert the facility into one of the greatest waterfronts of the world. So stay tuned for more information on that. We are so excited about what is to come. And also we have home porting. So there's so many ways to get to the destination now, by ferry, by boat, by cruise line. Now you can cruise and stay with Crystal Cruises and Royal Caribbean International. They're home porting in Nassau and in Freeport. And so you can easily, if you want to come and cruise around the islands and get a little taste of it, Crystal Cruise is a great way to do it. You can fly into the city of Nassau, check out one of our amazing hotels, jump on the cruise, and then take a journey through the islands for their ports of call: Bimini, Exuma, Inagua, Long Island, and San Salvador. And of course, we have Virgin Voyages, and it's calling on Bimini. So if you haven't checked out Bahamas.com, go there, please, and get inspired, okay? It was recently launched and just last year, and it is clean and easy to navigate, and it is the ultimate inspiration guide and resource guide. So the architecture of the site allows users to explore all 16 island destinations and celebrates what makes each one super duper unique. We have immersive content, vibrant photo and video galleries, and top things to do. And like I said, you can actually build itineraries as well. Our app is doing extremely well. Please download it. And it's available in the Apple Store as well as on Google Play. And it's really, really helpful. It gives you, again, recommendations on things to do and see, and it really helps you plan your trip. So, and here is just a recap of some of our useful links. For news releases on the Bahamas, if anybody's interested in finding out, staying abreast of tourism related news, please go to bahamas.com/pressroom. Again, to check out our content, bahamas.com/experiences. To work and study in paradise, visit bahamasbeats.com. And for tourism industry related news, if there are any students or potential developers on in this session, visit tourismtoday.com. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was an amazing, amazing, amazing presentation. And I think it was just so incredibly informative. As you were speaking, everybody wanted the links to everything you're saying. So we are so excited that you put them at the end. So everybody, you could screenshot that when she had it up. But it's amazing. And you guys are doing so much. You are doing
Thank you
so much.
so much,
And we
Kim.
thank you for all that. Yeah, I mean,
Thank you
it's
so much.
amazing, truly. Thank you.
I can share the deck as well with all of the links, and you can send it to everybody.
That would be great. Or you could drop it in
Okay.
the chat, right? You guys would love that. Yeah,
Sounds
she could drop
good.
it in the chat, guys. And we
Okay.
hope that you come and be with us again. You were truly a pleasure.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Awesome. You guys are in for another treat. We've got Lorraine Johnson-Berry. Lorraine is a decorated banker by profession with a rich history in commercial banking sector that spans over 2 decades. Throughout Lorraine's banking career, she has achieved a credible professional reputation as one branded by integrity, honesty, accountability, and results. Lorraine has risen through the ranks in banking and has served in many distinctive areas, now serving in the role of private banker. In her current capacity, she manages a portfolio of wealthy to affluent local and international clients, offering personalized banking for day-to-day transactions and tailored financing to suit their individual financial needs. She has been recognized for her stellar performance and has received multiple internal awards from CIBC First Caribbean. Her most notable award was being the recipient of one of CIBC's 8 regional annual achievers for exceptional performance among her colleagues in 16 territories throughout the Caribbean. Secondly, the branch that she manages was the very first branch from the Bahamas to win the prestigious Branch of the Year award for achieving 251% of its annual sales target. Additionally, Lorraine was nominated by CIBC and was the successful awardee of the Bahamas Financial Services Board Professional of the Year Award. Ms. Berry holds an associate's degree in banking and finance, a bachelor's of science degree in professional banking with a concentration in finance, and she holds a master's degree in business administration from the College of the Bahamas and Nova Southeastern University. She is married to Mr. Warren Berry, and the couple is blessed with 3 children, Kenan, Jaden, and Zane. Lorraine is passionate about her job and helping people. She is known for exceeding her clients' expectations. Therefore, there's no doubt that once you refer your clients to her, she will do her very, very best to assist them with achieving their financial goals. Thank you, and we are very excited to hear your presentation today, Ms. Johnson-Berry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here you go. Well, thank you, everyone that is on the call for taking the time out and attending this conference today. And Kim, thank you so much for the informative introduction that embodied my banking career. You know, listening to it, it really reminded me of my true age. However, for the purpose of today's presentation, let's just say that I started my banking career at a very, very young age, and we will leave it just like that. I am truly excited to be here to be a participant and a presenter to the trade mission today, and to be able to present on the topic steps and processes for bank financing for international clients purchasing in the Bahamas. Of course, I know time is limited and your agenda is jam-packed with lots and lots of exciting presentations today. So let's get right into it. Before I go into the main part of the presentation, I would just like to speak briefly about private wealth management, sometimes referred to as PWM. So what is private wealth management? Most of you would probably be familiar with our CIBC branches, whereby when you enter a branch, you would be greeted with a customer service representative who will take care of your day-to-day banking. Or you may be assisted by a sales specialist whom will assist you with financing. And for those professional persons, you would probably move into our platinum banking area because that is a specialized areas that will cater to your financing need. To put private wealth management in perspective, we are not located in the branch environment. We are in a unit by ourselves located in the Goodman's Bay Corporate Center on West Bay Street. And we provide a different level of service that is not received at our retail banking and platinum areas. Our offering is one that caters to high net worth clients and ultra high net worth clients, their families and friends, and we offer an exceptional level of customer service. We focus on building personal relationships with our clients. Trust is at the center of our approach. We help our clients achieve their financial goals, and we are considered to be a trusted advisor. Our target market is primarily the world's wealthiest and most established families that are either from a family of wealth, persons who have been successful in their business, professionals and top executives from both private and public companies, as well as holding companies, trusts, and estates. When we say high net worth, we are normally referring to clients who have a net worth with a minimum of $1 million. And our ultra high net worth clients are clients with a net worth that start at $15 million. So you may ask yourself, how am I onboarded as a private banking client? Generally, the minimum annual income is $200,000, and clients may hold one or more of the following: a minimum deposit and account balance of $250,000, credit facilities at a minimum of $500,000, and investable assets of a minimum of $500,000. We offer day-to-day banking to our clients, and basically it's concierge banking services through a dedicated private banker, whereby they can avail themselves of savings, checking accounts, our Visa Platinum debit cards. You have access to free wire transfers. You have the ability to call us, send us a WhatsApp, send us an email. We can pay your bills for you. We pay your children's school fees. Basically, whatever it is that you need as it relates to banking, we cater to you. Our clients boast about the Infinite card. Our Visa Infinite card starts at a minimum balance or limit of $50,000. They have access to 850 plus VIP airport lounges. And for every US dollar spent, they get 1 point that can be accumulated and redeemable for air travel, hotel bookings, car rentals, cruises, and upgrades. CIBC recognized that the financing needs of our high net worth clients may be different in that they have multiple sources of income, that contribute to their cash flows, and the complexity of their applications requires special skills. Our private banking team has a wealth of knowledge and experience and are able to provide financing for investment purposes, real estate loans, interim bridging facilities that are usually for the construction phases, loans that are secured by marketable securities, and LIBOR loans. Now that I've given you a brief background on CIBC Private Wealth, let's discuss the main purpose of this presentation: steps for bank financing for international clients purchasing real estate in the Bahamas. Some of you may be familiar with the entire process from end to end, and others may not. However, for the purpose of this presentation, I have categorized the steps according to the parties involved. The order in which a client moves through the steps are totally up to them. Nonetheless, we recommend the following order. The first step is to reach out to your real estate agent and decide on the location of the property, whether it is here in Nassau or one of the family islands. Decide on the type of property that you wish to purchase, which may be just a vacant land. It may be a owner-occupied property that can be in the form of a residential home, a condo, or a townhouse, or you may want to purchase a second home that is non-owner occupied and you use it as a vacation home or for rental property. The next step is to shop around for bank financing. Of course, I'm going to be biased and say you should come to CIBC First Caribbean. However, we encourage clients to check with the competition so that at the end of the day, they are ensured that they are getting the best deal with our bank. When you meet with your bank, it is important for you to determine how much you qualify for, so that you will know exactly which price range you can be looking for. You should discuss the injection requirement, the maximum loan to value that the bank will afford you, all of the bank fees involved, the required documentation to complete the entire application process, and you should be able to access the bank's list of attorneys and appraisers and quantity surveyors. Next, you should decide on a local attorney here in the Bahamas as well as an attorney in your country. When you meet with your attorney, you should discuss your residential status in terms of whether you are going to be looking for temporary residency or permanent residency, as that will determine how much you can qualify for at the end of the day. You should obtain an estimate of all of the bank fees, all of the legal fees, all of the government stamp taxes that are involved in the purchase, and discuss all of the approvals that are required from Central Bank and our Foreign Investment Board. The reason why we also ask you to engage your attorney in the country where you are from is to make sure that you discuss the legal regulations and the tax implications that may be applicable to you. Next, choose an appraiser or a quantity surveyor that is on the bank's approved list. This step is very important and should come after your discussion with the bank. To avoid paying for and obtaining an appraisal report that cannot be used or it is not acceptable by the bank of choice. Of course, the bank will instruct the appraiser and ensure that all of the specific information that is necessary is included in the report. Finally, you should make contact with an insurance company and a local insurance company to discuss how much it will cost for you to insure your home and also to insure your life. We require all perils comprehensive insurance that covers the full replacement value of your home And life insurance is optional, however, recommended. In the event that something is to happen to you as the client, your loved ones will not have to be faced with a debt and can be liquidated easily. In order for the bank to do a full assessment of the client's financial position and their ability to qualify for a home or condo or vacant land, there are standard requirements that should be satisfied, such as documentation for the purchase. And with that, you have your sales agreement, you have the offer letter, you have the quotes from the insurance companies, you have the estimates from the attorneys, and there is a list of items here, but in the interest of time, I can share it at the end of the presentation so that you can have it as a guide. We also require proof of income, and it must be verified. Below is a list of sources that we use to verify your income. The financial information determines the credit worthiness of a client. And we would normally ask for a credit bureau report, printouts of your existing debt, and a credit reference to help us with that particular aspect. KYC, or Know Your Customer, is critical in the Bahamas, as it is important for us to identify each client via a combination of the items listed below. So now let's get into the processes for bank financing. The initial step is the assessment step, and usually we would look at the residency status of the client. We will look at the total debt service ratio, also referred to TDSR, and we will look at the interest rate, as that determines the way forward and the maximum amount that we will lend against the property. A client's residency status determines the minimum injection that is required. For a person with a permanent resident status, they can avail themselves up to 95% of the cost of the property if it is owner occupied. If it is not owner occupied, we can offer financing up to 80% of the cost of the property. If the client is a temporary resident, we can offer up to 80% of a property that is owner occupied and up to 60% if it's non-owner occupied. For a second home, or sometimes referred to non-owner occupied properties, they can avail themselves up to 80% if they are non-resident national, which basically equates to a Bahamian living abroad. And they can avail themselves up to 65% for a non-resident, non-national, which is an individual who does not live in the Bahamas and is not a citizen of the Bahamas. During the assessment process, the bank calculates the total debt service ratio, which is basically the verifiable income versus the existing loans and credit cards that a client may hold, along with the proposed monthly payments for the facility and mandatory housing expenses, such as real property tax, association and condo fees, and homeowners insurance. The maximum total debt servicing ratio for non-residents is 35%, and for residents, 45%. Interest rates are determined based on the risk of the client, their financial position, and the overall strength of the application. It usually ranges between 3.5% and 5%, and is based on our Bahamian dollar prime rate, which is currently at 4.25%, and the US prime rate, which is currently at 3.25%. Additionally, we will also use a 90-day US LIBOR rate plus about 3% above that rate for persons who wish to have LIBOR loans. The next step is the application and approval stages. Usually, the turnaround time for this period is between 5 to 10 working days upon receipt of the last document. The type of approvals that we offer can be one, which is an approval in principle, which basically says that you are approved. However, you must satisfy certain conditions before you get the final approval. Of course, once you are in receipt of the final approval, you can then move into the next step, which is our commitment letter. You will come in, visit the bank, and sign our commitment letter if you are on island. However, we know that some persons are off island and we allow it to be done electronically. In addition to signing the commitment letter, a deposit is required, which should be sufficient to cover all of your closing costs and the bank fees. Once that is satisfied, we can then move into stage 4, which is instructing the attorney of choice that is on the bank's approved list. The attorney will then be instructed to complete a title search to ensure that the property is free and clear and there are no negative factors impacting your property. They are required to prepare a charge or a lien over the property, which will allow us to be able to hold that property until it's fully paid off. And also, if it is applicable, to obtain central bank approvals or to obtain the Foreign Investment Board approval. Next, we would move into stage 5, which is perfect collateral. At this stage, we review all of the documents that the attorney would have provided, all of the insurance coverage that you would provide for your home and your life, and if there are any other types of securities such as guarantees from an individual, guarantees from a company, or if there are special conditions that must be met. Once this is satisfied, we then move into the disbursement stage, which usually happens within 3 to 5 days upon receipt of all of the security documents. We will then forward the funds to your attorney, who is responsible for forwarding the sales proceeds to the vendor and to the government for all of the stamp taxes. Finally, and this stage is very, very important, which is the stamping and recording of your legal documents. The ownership is not completed unless those documents are stamped at the registry. At times, persons feel as if once they would have paid the vendor, that is the end of the process. However, they leave themselves open to a loss. In the event that the documents are not recorded timely, a customer may be faced with someone else claiming ownership to the property, registering it at the register, and them not being cited as the owner. Therefore, the bank does not complete their process or does not close their books to the deal until this is completed. So this brings me now to the end of my presentation, where I have listed a few of my colleagues that are part of the private banking team. Along with myself, the additional private banker is Latoya Curry. We have a senior manager of international corporate banking, Mrs. Tonya Cartwright, and we have 2 investment advisors that are Jana McKinsey and Brent Haynes. Thank you once again for your time and for inviting me. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to address them in the question chat and share a part of my presentation with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being able to fit all of that in there too. That was amazing. Tons of information. And yes, we do have questions from the chat. So please stick around if you can. That would be great. So people do have some questions for you. But thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to welcome Chanel Smith Bethel of Mida Court. Chanel was called to the Bahamas bar for 18 years now and started Mitre Court as a boutique commercial law firm focused on creating a new kind of practice, one centered on the new generation client, requiring swift, to the point, firmly based legal analysis and results. Over the past 10 years, she has developed a robust practice in the areas of business, personal, and real estate, with a primary emphasis on all matters real estate and wills and administration of estates. She represents a full range of clients and has extensive experience in acting in real estate acquisitions and sales, transacting financing for lenders and borrowers, mortgagee for sales, commercial lease negotiation, and drafting for landlords and tenants. She has also acted for numerous developers of condominium and gated community projects in New Providence and has assisted with establishing a number of subdivision developments by procuring the necessary government approvals and preparing governing documentation. In the area of wills and administration of estates, Chanel provides succession planning advice for business owners and individuals, including all aspects of real estate planning and estate planning, from wills, wealth preservation, and business continuity to estate administration and probate applications. She is married to Godfrey Bethel and has two beautiful children, Amelia and Blake. Please join me in welcoming my dear friend, Chanel Smith Bethel.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really pleased to have been invited to be a part of this conference today. And I have to say that having been here from the start of the conference, I'm really impressed. And, you know, one of the things that we forget as lawyers, I think, sitting on the inside most of the day, is on doing these transactions with especially our international clients, we forget just how beautiful the Bahamas is, and why we have so many international persons wanting to come here and be a part and experience what we have to offer. So I was really very impressed by those presentations, and it just reminds me as a Bahamian too, to get out and take advantage of some of those things. So as Kim would have said, and thank you, Kim, for that introduction, one of the things that we do here at Mitre Court and that we hold very important is making sure that our clients have accessible legal services. And what that means is when the phone rings, we answer. When the WhatsApp comes through, we answer. When the email comes, we answer. And we think that that is crucial for our international clients, all clients, but in particular international clients, because you know, you find that they're buying into a foreign country. And with all things, different countries, you have different rules, different processes. And so the assumption must be that, that we must not only be clear and robust in our advice, but we also need to be accessible and also very understanding of the need to fully explain and make sure that our clients are comfortable with understanding what it is that they are acquiring, the process that they have to go through, and to also ensure that we maintain the excitement that they had in wanting to invest in the Bahamas. We don't want to take away or be a part of taking away from that joy and excitement of being able to come here and find a second home, for example, a vacation home, and then the legal process is something that has left a bad taste in their mouth. So those are the things that we really try to focus on in terms of the overall experience with legal services that our international clients have. In particular, today I've been asked to just discuss the legal steps that we go through when we have an international client come here to invest. And so first of all, we would have established that an international client would have had their initial interaction with a BRIA licensed real estate agent or broker. And in that respect, the first item that we usually see is an offer letter that comes through that sets out the general terms of the agreement that has been struck between the seller and the buyer. So usually that's the purchase price. It's the short form description of the property. It is the instance of who pays what, and that is VAT on the purchase. how that is split, whether it's a net purchase or a gross purchase. And for clarity, for those who are attending, if it's a net purchase, sometimes you can have a double net purchase or a triple net purchase, whereby in some instances, if it's a completely net purchase, the purchaser may be covering the real estate agent's commissions in full. They may be covering all of the VAT in full. They may be covering the legal fees for both sides. And then in a gross purchase, you would have most of those things split with the vendor or the seller paying the real estate commission solely. So all of those things are generally negotiating terms that you can discuss with your BREA agent or with your attorney. Once we would have gotten that offer letter, we would explain the terms of that offer letter to our client, and we would advise them whether or not to go ahead and sign that if it's not already been signed, or for example, to add further terms to it. For example, if the property may require a surveyor's report, many of the banking institutions, lending institutions, if a loan is applicable, would require a surveyor's report to be done as a part of their closing package. So that may be something that we may want to make a part of the contractual obligation in the sale and purchase of the property. If there is going to be financing that is offered, we would also want to make sure that that offer letter reflects the need to have a financing period. And then obviously we would make sure that the offer letter would stipulate that the property is being conveyed free of all liens and encumbrances. Once that is done, we would use that as our guide to review an agreement for sale that we would receive from the seller's attorney. And in that respect, the agreement for sale is the binding documentation between the buyer and the seller. And those same terms that you would find in the offer letter are the terms that will be more fully fleshed out in the agreement for sale. In addition to those more fully fleshed out terms, you would also have the terms of engagement that are there to govern the relationship or the course of the transaction as between the vendor and seller's attorneys. Timelines that are to be adhered to, requirements as it relates to the making of requisitions on title or submitting questions as it relates to the documentary title for the property, to ensure that at the end of the process, there is a clear documentary title. And once that agreement has been vetted by us, and we provide that to our client, our purchaser, and we explain those terms to the purchaser to their satisfaction, and they are in agreement, we would then provide the signed agreement for sale over to the seller's attorney, along with the requisite deposit, which may be 5 or 10% of the agreed purchase price. In this process, we would also be doing an onboarding, and this would have been spoken about as well by Lorraine with regard to the what is also referred to as KYC. So prior to receiving your deposit from you, we would want to make sure that we have discharged all of our obligations as it relates to compliance by providing you with our KYC forms and requesting from you certain information such as identification, residential address verification, so that we can clear you through our compliance process and ensure that we are doing business as we should be doing. And then we would be able to receive those funds in our account on your behalf. Once we've done all of that, the next stage, which will be governed by the timelines that are set out in your agreement for sale, if you are getting financing, we would begin our discourse with your loan officer. I know sometimes a lot of attorneys don't get involved with that process, but we find that it's a much smoother process when we are aware of who the loan officer is and to some extent what are the requirements for financing, so that we can assist our clients with understanding some of those processes. And in particular, most of our clients who are getting financing usually would provide to us the commitment letter to explain certain other terms that are set out in that commitment letter, which we're happy to do for them. If there is financing, there's also central bank approval. If you are a non-Bahamian or non-resident person that's seeking funds from a local institution for the financing of your purchase, we would need to make application to the central bank and disclose certain information to them in relation to the property, in relation to the loan, and in relation to you as a borrower. So once we have provided them with satisfactory information in that regard, they would provide us with a central bank approval, which would be subject to certain conditions subsequent being fulfilled after the closure of the sale, some of which would be evidence of the additional equity injection if required by the borrower, evidence that that originated offshore, evidence that the deposit originated offshore, and certain other approvals like that I will speak about in a moment from the Bahamas Investment Authority, for example, a certificate of registration. Once we have completed the central bank approval and we've also completed the financing process with the bank, it's such that they have approved your loan, we would get instructions from your loan, from your bank, which would indicate to us to investigate title. And I can probably speak for an hour on investigation of title, but I think you all would log off. So I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is that, you know, we prime our clients a bit because there are many jurisdictions that have mandatory registration of records, and we are not one of those jurisdictions. And to put it in the simplest terms, if you purchase a parcel of property and you decide that you do not want that to be a part of the permanent record of land acquisitions here, you don't have to do that. You're not mandated by law to do that. But there are consequences to not doing so, such as someone else purchasing that property because they don't have notice that you are the owner as opposed to a prior owner. And so that is the risk that you run, which is why, as Lorraine explained, the banks would require that that recording takes place because that is crucial and necessary to the securitization of the loan that they would have granted if financing is in fact a part of that process. So as a part of our title review, we are mandated to look at least 30 years worth of documentary title in relation to your land. We would look at that. We look at the documentation that is involved in that process. We look at company records if there are prior owners that are corporate entities. We look at a causeless register as it relates to prior owners, as well as you as a current borrower or purchaser, to ensure that there are no Supreme Court orders or judgments that are against any relevant parties. And that is because if there is a Supreme Court order against you for a money judgment, for example, then that would automatically attach to any real estate that you purchase. So even more important when you're getting financing, the banks would want to know that there are no such judgments that will come in priority to their legal mortgage that they intend to take a mortgage to take over the property as security. And so we want to make sure that that is done. Once we are satisfied that the documentary title is good, and we're also satisfied as to the position of real property taxes, condominium fees, if that's applicable, association fees, if that is applicable, and any other issues relating to the property, such as that survey reports have been completed to satisfaction the property is in fact what it should be. We would then be able to move on to what we call the completion stage of the process. The completion stage would involve us preparing a completion statement, which would outline for you all of the additions or deductions that are being made from the purchase price for the purposes of closing the transaction. And we would provide that on to the client for the purposes of sending any additional funding that needs to be sent, or sending that on to the loan officer or the bank that is participating in the financing of the property, so that those funds can be advanced to facilitate the completion. Once we do have a completion funds in our possession, we would attend to payment of the vendor with respect to the balance of the sale proceeds. We would attend to the payment of any outstanding real property taxes that may have been on the property, because we would ensure that we withhold any funds that from the purchase price that are supposed to be settled for those third-party disbursements by the vendor, so that we ensure that that is in fact settled. We would also attend to payment of any prorated association fees or condo fees. And then we would deal with the stamping and recording of the documents. Stamping at the public registry, which relates to the value-added tax on the transfer, and then also the recording of the documents in the Registrar General's department permanently. This brings me to the issue of Bahamas Investment Authority. So if you are a non-Bahamian person, whether that is an individual or a company, that interest, any interest in real estate in the Bahamas has to be registered to through the Bahamas Investment Authority, or in the case, depending on the use, the intended use of the property, you may have to make an application for a permit, which would come right after doing the agreement for sale. So one of the things that we would discuss early on in the process is, what is the intended use of the property? What is the property? What type of property is it? Is this a 4-unit condominium complex that you're purchasing, for which in that case you would be obligated to get a permit to purchase or permission to purchase before we move past the right after the agreement for sale agreements for sale stage, and before we get to the title investigation stage. Or is it a vacation home or second home whereby we can simply make a certificate of registration application, which is a certificate which simply evidences that you have registered as a non-Bahamian person with the Bahamas Investment Authority. And that is done after closing. And it requires us to present certain evidence with regard to closing, such as that VAT has been paid on the conveyance, that you've been registered with the Real Property Tax Department as the new owner, along with certain other things such as a police record, character reference, financial reference, and the like. So nothing overly onerous at the registration stage. Once the certificate of registration has been obtained by us, that is the point at which we will record that particular document, because the certificate of registration ought to be affixed to your conveyance deed before it is lodged for recording in the Registrar General's Department. In the instance where there is a financing involved and we have to make a certificate of registration application, we, out of policy to protect the bank's position under the mortgage, we would immediately record the mortgage while we await the certificate of registration on the conveyance, and then we record that once the certificate of registration comes through. I want to touch on just one or two other matters, which are immigration. And I believe that Christy and Wellswood Field would have talked a short bit about this, about the ability to get a permanent residence certificate on an expedited basis where your purchase meets the necessary minimum threshold. That is also something that we would discuss with international clients, that if they are at that threshold or above, that is another benefit that they can avail themselves of. And one of the things that we do try to make sure that our clients understand is, at the point at which, if they do decide to get a permanent residence certificate, we also encourage that they endorse their spouse and their children are under 18, they endorse those family members on their certificate. One of the benefits to that, especially if you have purchased a home that is of significant, for a significant purchase price, obviously, by going through that economic route for permanent residency, you would want to make sure that your spouse also has status to be here, and your children. But also, one of the benefits by endorsing your children on your certificate is when they turn 18, they can then make application for permanent residence in their own right without having necessarily to prove that they have a separate investment that meets that threshold. So that is indeed another benefit and a part of kind of the succession planning for your property as well, that you can pass on at an early stage to your kids. Also, we encourage all of our clients, whether Bahamian or non-Bahamian, to have a will. A lot of international clients have wills in other countries, but we encourage our international clients to have what we call a Bahamian will that just simply deals with the Bahamian asset here. And obviously that is in the absence of any other succession planning that they may have, just so that there is some direction in place if anything happens, to make sure that there is someone who is empowered to deal with those assets here, as opposed to having to go back to another jurisdiction to make an application here in the Bahamas. So we encourage our clients to definitely avail themselves of that as a value added, and we add that as a value added service when we're acting for those clients. Generally, that is essentially the A to Z of the legal process of acquisition of property here in the Bahamas. I'm happy to answer questions if they come up in the Q&A, and I'm happy to take any calls later on if you have any questions as a result of this or anything else. So thank you again for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Chanel. Very informative information there from the legal sector. And anybody's got any questions, please submit them in the Q&A box. So now we will island hop back to the island of Grand Bahama. We'll have Coldwell Banker James Sarles Realty with Don Churchill.
My name is Don Churchill, and I am part of the Don Carr team with James Sarles Realty, based here in Freeport on Grand Bahama Island. We have a short introduction to Grand Bahama Island.
If you could live one day over and over again, would it be that time you swam with the dolphins? Would it be that moment you hit a hole in one? Or would it be a moment that you haven't lived yet? Experience the magic and splendor of Grand Bahama Island. The beauty of the Bahamas, with a quiet sophistication unmatched in the Caribbean.
I would like to now introduce Cherise Brown. Cherise is the Chief Executive Officer of the Grand Bahama Development Corporation, known as DevCo. She's going to speak about some of the inventory available and advantages to investing in Freeport.
Welcome to Freeport and Lucaya on the island of Grand Bahama, where our white sandy shores meet miles of pristine blue waters, and our seawater canals blend for a seamless boating experience. Enjoy the warmth and friendliness of Grand Bahamians and dive into the sights, sounds, and tastes of our own unique Bahamian culture. Here at DevCo, our focus as master planners for the area known as Lucaya is to create opportunities for commercial and residential development. Freeport and Lucaya also provide a tax-light environment with no capital gain taxes, no income taxes, no import or export taxes. With our portfolio of over 70,000 acres of developable land, containing 40,000 individual lots in 45 subdivisions, and 10 miles of pristine beachfront development property, and 20 miles of fully bulkheaded seawater canals, your investment opportunity awaits. Whether it's an individual lot in a gated residential community or a 10-acre beachfront parcel, DevCo has the product diversity you want. Our engaging sales executives are available to discuss with you your vision for development. Grand Bahama, as an island community, has experienced firsthand the impact of climate change and the devastating impact of powerful hurricanes. With our resilient community, now more than ever, DevCo is focused on sustainable development. Our building codes, based on US and Canadian models, have withstood the test of time, and we continue to encourage resilient building methods. Here at DevCo, we work to develop and expand your vision by creating opportunities for investment. We hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much, Cherise. Now, I want to introduce you to the principal of James Sarles Realty, Jamie Sarles. He is going to tell us about an excellent addition to the medical care on the island that is about to be developed.
A world-class trauma center for emergency care is critical to the growth of Freeport. I'm standing in front of the yellow building on the mall, former home of CIBC Bank and Okeanis. This building is going to be the new home of the Doctors Hospital private hospital. This is so important to the growth of Freeport. Doctors Hospital is offering shares in this company, which we'll hear more about in the future days. 40%, I understand, is going to be offered to the public. This critical care trauma center is so important to the health of the Bahamas and the growth of the Bahamas. And that's what has me very excited, because this is going to put us on the map in terms of world investors looking forward to coming to Freeport, which is poised for growth. So stay tuned. I'll offer more information as time goes on, but look forward to this new private $20 million facility coming right here to Grand Bahama Island. I'm James Sarles from James Sarles Realty.
Thank you, Jamie. Another great reason to visit and invest in Grand Bahama. We have some exciting news on a development that has just been announced for Discovery Bay by the Baltimore-based Weller Development Group. Discovery Bay is a 34-acre site on a prime oceanfront location situated on the west side of the main channel entrance of the Grand Lacayan Waterway. Grand Lacayan Waterway intersects Grand Bahama and is the ocean access to many of the bulkheaded canal lots and homes in the Lucaya area of Freeport. As you can see from this slide, the development has spectacular beach and access to the canals on the north side of the development. The master plan includes a 25-key boutique hotel, a destination signature food and beverage restaurant with beach view, a beach bar and grill, small marina, marina services and retail pavilion, a range of canal and beachfront estates and villas for sale and rent, ranging in size from 2,500 square foot bungalows up to 6,000 square foot villas on half-acre lots, and a co-working office pavilion, I guess for those that just can't get away from the office. We are looking forward to the first homeowners arriving at Discovery Bay. Another development in the medical field is ready to begin operation in January of 2022. The Western Atlantic School of Medicine is currently constructing phase 1 of a medical school in Freeport. As you can see, there are exciting changes happening in Grand Bahama, with more developments we hope to be announced in the near future. All the projects we view today will increase our need for quality housing at every level, from student housing to luxury homes. We hope you can be part of the excitement. Now, we can't be part of a real estate presentation, however, without showing at least one deal. Jamie is on the beach with a great opportunity in the East End community of Gambier Point. Jamie?
In real estate, people are always asking me for what's a great deal. You got any great deals, Jamie? I'm looking for a great deal. Well, I got a great deal for you here today. We're out in the eastern part of Grand Bahama Island in a community called Gambier. This house right here had some hurricane damage, and the owner now is ready to liquidate this. So this is on 1.7 acres on a gorgeous beach. The house just needs some renovation, needs some sheetrock, maybe some new electrical, plumbing needs to be looked after, but it's $475,000. That's a deal. And if you can see, it's almost 2 acres of land, and let's take a look at the ocean here. This is what everyone's looking for, beautiful Bahamian sand, turquoise waters. If you're looking for a real estate deal out in Gambier Point, 1.75 acres, house that needs just a little TLC, it had a little hurricane damage, but this is the deal. This can be your backyard. This is what paradise is all about. I'm James Sarles from James Sarles Realty.
Thank you, Jamie. That is the end of our presentation. We hope you have found it enjoyable and informative. We will be here to answer questions, and if you're unable to speak with us today, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you, and enjoy your day.
Thank you so much, Dawn and Jamie, and such exciting news for Grand Bahama. So I would like to take this time to my honor to introduce the next speaker, and so happy that he could join us via Zoom, Mr. David McCoy. David McCoy is the Global Coordinator for the North, Central Americas, and the Caribbean. David has been a licensed realtor specializing in commercial real estate in Kentucky and Indiana since 2001. David focuses on consulting and marketing for commercial and international buyers, sellers, landlords, tenants, and investors. He has been active with NAR Global since 2013, when he was first appointed as NAR's President Liaison to Jamaica. He was subsequently appointed as a Global Ambassador to the Bahamas, Bermuda, the Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. He holds a Certified International Property Specialist at home with diversity, ePro, and real estate negotiation expert designations with the National Association of Realtors, NAR. David has spoken at real estate conferences in Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, and the US. David has been an active member of his local real estate association since 2001. He has an MBA from the University of Texas at Austin and a Bachelor of Science from Vanderbilt University. In addition to NAR Global, David has done volunteer work with the National Immigrant Justice Center, Water Step, the United Way, and the University of Texas. Please join me in welcoming Mr. David McCoy.
After all that, I forgot to unmute. Thank you, everybody, for having me here today. It is such a pleasure to be here, and it has been I believe that the presentations have been terrific. And so if you have been here the whole time, you probably noticed that, you know, the Bahamas is just one of the most beautiful places anywhere. And not only that, you probably also noticed that they have some of the most beautiful people in the world too, which is why I'm last on the agenda, because they didn't want you all to tune out early on. I've been following the comments as we go along, and I saw our young friend Troy. There were a bunch of people asking for his phone number, and I'm not sure it was all about real estate. So anyway, it is just such a pleasure to be here with you all today. I know we're running late, and so I will try to be brief. I have been told that if I run too long, that we don't get to see how to make a Bahama mama. And I know that that's probably why everybody even tuned in. So, you know, I'll try to keep this as short as we can. I really appreciate Christine's introduction to me, and I will not repeat all of that. I will just briefly say I've been doing this around 8 years. It is a labor of love. I dearly love all the people I've met, all the countries I've gone to visit, and it is really a privilege to be here today. So I will quickly jump into some of I'm going to transition a little bit and talk a little bit about NAR. NAR in this last year during our pandemic, the U.S. real estate market, its domestic market, just really exploded. It was amazing. And so I don't know that when we started this, the pandemic, that people expected that. And so it was a little bit of a surprise. And but out of that, the other thing that happened is NAR's membership increased tremendously. We now have 1.5 million realtors who are members of NAR. And that includes 6,000 international realtor members. So NAR has this global program, and we work with 110 different real estate associations. We have bilateral partnerships with them around the world. That includes around 74 countries and growing. So it is a great pleasure to be with all of these people. When we have a international realtor membership, and when we have a bilateral partnership is an agreement between NAR and that association. But that also allows the members of that association, if they want, to become realtors. So we actually do, the 6,000 international realtor members are realtors, just the very same as the people in the US. And so we're very proud of that. I guess I want to jump to some of the information about our region. In my region, I have North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. And that region, I think lots of times when people hear that, you know, they many times sort of think of third world countries and think of, you know, really small countries and that maybe people aren't very sophisticated. But that my region, and this is just the people we have agreements with, it's 200 million people. So it is a very large market. And as you can tell, and I'm speaking, you know, the Bahamians know this, but people from the US, I saw that we have people from the US, we have people from Canada, we have people from Dominican Republic, we have people from Portugal, and we may have more that we're not aware of. The people that we have agreements with, they are professionals. They know what they're doing. When they are realtors, they can have the same courses and designations that realtors in the US have. So you can be very, you know, very sure that you will be well protected if you work with these people. So I have a team of 3 people who work with me. The way that we are organized is NAR has 5 global regions. And then, so out of that 5 global regions, we have a global coordinator like me in each of those regions. And then underneath me, I have 3 assistants, and Paul, you know, who you met earlier, is my global ambassador for your area. So, but in addition to Paul, Paul has Bermuda, Bahamas, Jamaica, and Dominican Republic. And then I also have Jose Payne King, who has Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. And I have Sandra Martinez, who has Costa Rica, Panama, and Belize. So one of the things that we have for all of you guys, and one of our main things, is you have connections. If you are in this group, you have connections to 74 countries. And that is our purpose. When people ask me what we're doing, you know, the real answer, the short answer is we are trying to increase your business. We are trying to make it easier for you to grow your business. And we are trying to do that with international connections. And we have a few tools to do that. One is our bilateral partnership, our code of ethics that we have, and we make sure that everybody that we have a relationship with has a compatible code of ethics. Education, we have the same sort of education that is available to all of these people. And connections, you know, networking. We have the opportunities for you to meet these people anywhere. And we have found in recent years that our partners are more interested in kind of doing regional things instead of just between the US, which is a terrific thing. So if you are in the Bahamas and you need something in the Dominican Republic, we have our friend who I saw logged on here earlier, Jordi Albertus in Dominican Republic, who can possibly help you with that. So we want to make those connections. We want to make it easy for you to do it. The way you can do that is to connect us. Also, NAR has an International Realtor Member Directory where you can look. It has a Certified International Property Specialist Directory where you can look. So, and then of course you can contact me or any of my 3 global coordinators or any of the other global ambassadors and coordinators in the rest of our countries. So I know that we're short on time, and I think I've probably already run a little bit longer than I should have. And my kids always tell me I'm always preaching anyway. So we're going to cut the sermon and I'm going to go back to Christine. But again, thank you for having me here. It's just been a delight. And Christine, please take it away.
Well, I'm going to let Kim take it away. Kim, thank you, David.
No worries, no worries. Thank you, David. You are definitely a superstar of one of the teams. So we just thank you for everything that you've done. It's always a pleasure. And we just appreciate your energy and all your positivity that you bring to the team. But I know that everybody's been waiting for is the Bahamas and happy hour, guys. It's happy hour now for us. So we are going to take you over to Exuma, to the famous Chit and Chill, where we will meet KB and his team to really find out how to make the best Bahama Mama. And thanks for staying with us, guys.
This is the iconic Chat and Chill, opened in 1998 and has been going strong ever since. It's our boutique where you can get your beach wears as well as arrange for marriages or vow renewal. Anna Boy, where you can get your beach chairs, paddle boards, umbrellas. This is our iconic sign. This is our volleyball court, where you can get your exercise, have a game of volleyball with your friend, as well as sit under the pine tree and learn how to chill. Here is the boutique in the background, and this is the entrance to our bar.
Good morning, everybody. All right, we put together our house famous Bahama Mama. Got a few ingredients to make this drink perfect. Watch as they go. Dark rum, beet snap. Watch me put this combination together. Base. There you have it, guys.
After a long day of doing nothing, you could rock with a Bahama Mama.
Definitely. We could definitely rock with the Bahama Mama. That's awesome. I know it's happy hour somewhere in the world. So thank you so much, Chat and Chill. And KB, anytime you're down in Exuma, you guys have to go over to Stocking Island, go hail KB. It's an amazing experience. Well, so that brings us to the end of our trade mission. I would just like to say thank you everyone for attending today's Bahamas Real Estate Trade Mission, Annual Trade Mission. I'd like to thank the Royal Palm Coast Association of Realtors, especially Beata Jones, who was behind the controls behind the scenes, making sure everything was on time, all of the videos. So I really appreciate that. Donna Guido, Kim Kivarakis-Dillett, David McCoy, Paul A. Romulus, and the various speakers for giving us their time today. Thank you so much. So on behalf of everyone in the Bahamas and our presenters, thank you all for joining us from all over the world. DR, Portugal, this is great. Canada, thank you so much. And the USA, our neighbors, our close neighbors. So we do not have time for Q&A because we have run over, but anybody else want to say anything quickly? I know Kimra Ritchie-Sweeting, who's also a director on the BRIA board. She was going to be handling the Q&A. Kimra, do you want to chime in a little bit on that? Because I know we've run out of time.
So because we run out of time, what we're going to do is let the presenters answer their questions on the Q&A. And so when we send out the link, because a lot of people are asking, are they going to get a link or are they going to be able to access this later? And yes, it is going to be accessible later. And so we're going to send that information out. And so we've asked the presenters to put their answers to the questions in the Q&A in, so that when we send the link out, the answers will be in the presentation along with the general chat. And so that's how we're going to handle it since we're running over.
Donna Guido. Okay, great. Donna Guido, I know you're there. What does Beata think about with the answers and answering everything? Can we?
We can send the information to all the attendees that signed up.
Okay.
Not a
So we
problem.
keep a copy of the chat, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. So please, those real estate agents that are staying for the educational session from 1 to 3, we look forward to seeing you at 1 o'clock with Paula Raymond Kidd as she presents the hottest markets around the world for a second residency. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe.